Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
And Alana, in that video we saw, those leaves out there, they are so beautiful right now. And I'm going to thank you. You're the chief.
I feel like I'll take those. Thanks, Jillian. You know what? It has been so stunning. Fall puts on a show in the Beehive State, and we've had a gorgeous work week with dry conditions and lots of sunshine. Clear skies were out there. Have to show you the Great Salt Lake Causeway. Love it. You see the pink lemonade of the north arm and the blue water in the south arm. That's due to salinity. Both are salty, but higher salinity, bringing in that pink color. Brian, thank you for sending that our way. Speaking of those fall colors, Jillian just talked about it, and look how vibrant they are in Cache Valley. Rena sent this to us. This is the Wind Cave in Logan Canyon, so up in Cache Valley. Gorgeous hike, but as you look through that cave, those colors, they kind of take your breath away. Also in Cache Valley, Porcupine Dam. This was a website submission here, but they made a point to tell us they wanted the reflection of the leaves in the water. That was A+. I think that's so pretty. Okay, temperatures today topped out at 76 degrees. That's where we should be this time of year, mid-70s in Salt Lake, looking at 70s and low 80s along the Wasatch Front for those highs, 87 in Moab, 89 in St. George, 80 in Blanding. All in all, it was a beautiful day with clear skies and dry conditions. We're going to see similar conditions for tomorrow as you take that look at what to expect for the BYU game versus Cincinnati by tomorrow night. Quiet conditions, mostly clear skies, sunshine will give way to clear conditions, 70s turning into 60s, so you're going to bring the jacket. Highest wind speeds today, double digits, but you notice over on the eastern side of the state, Moab and Blanding with the gustiest conditions. That's where we have really dry fire fuels as well. A red flag warning was in effect today from noon to 8 p.m., and that's reissued for tomorrow. This is for the Colorado River Basin and a fire weather watch for the Four Corners area. What this means is we've got very dry fire fuels, and a fire start would take off quickly. We didn't see a tremendous amount of this summer, but we do, as we close out the season, have some issues, so we don't want a fire start over in that area. Coinciding with those dry fire fuels, our drought monitor. Thursday, newest numbers are out, and you can see that's the driest spot of the Beehive State, with 5% in tan here near Moab and Blanding in the moderate drought category. What you're seeing in yellow is just abnormally dry, but 78% of Utah, including the Wasatch Mountains and Front, not battling drought conditions. Love to be able to say that. We close out the water year on September 30th. Speaking of water, moisture's on the way. You can see the increase in potential as we make it through the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and even into early next week. Let's look at the reason why. Long-range futurecast here shows you that area of low pressure that's digging south. This is a storm system that's going to approach us from the west, and the cold front coming with it, it's got chilly air behind it. It's a slow mover, though, so it's going to take its time. More cloud cover by Saturday. We're going to get gusty winds ahead of the front, so we will see gusty conditions for our Saturday, so much so expecting some blowing dust down there in the southwest desert. The front comes through. Here we are by 6 a.m. It brings wet weather, but it also brings cooler air as it approaches from the west. We're going to notice those temperatures dropping. Now, the wet weather will be scattered showers and even the potential for some thunderstorms in southern Utah and in the north. That area of low pressure takes its time moving through the Beehive State, but it keeps us unsettled for our Sunday. So that's forewarning you for the most active conditions. Now, we get wraparound moisture heading into early Monday morning, and this area of low continues to track east. But it's a slow mover, which means we stay unsettled for the beginning of our work week and possibly into Tuesday. What the model brings in here, yeah, you see that blue? The chance of some snow. With colder air in place, the snow levels will drop, and right now it looks like down to 8,500 feet. Not the only thing dropping. Daytime highs will do the same. Boy, we're going to slide right down. That looks like a ride at Lagoon. We're going to dip into the 60s, and we stay there as we head into next week. So way below average, going from above to below pretty quickly. But it's the time of year where we see that happen in Utah, so not a surprise. 70s and 80s for the highs tomorrow. Salt Lake's going to try to sneak back into the 80s before that big change. 70s and 80s and 90s over in Moab, upper 80s in St. George. Speaking of Washington County, let's take a look. Hazy conditions on Saturday because those gusty winds will bring in blowing dust. Temperatures dropping to 70s. Scattered thunderstorm potential on Sunday for the south, possibly lingering into Monday. Wasatch Front, 80s to 60s. Hello, scattered storms on Sunday, isolated showers to start off our work week, and then the slightest chance holds on into Tuesday because that system meanders through the Beehive State and keeps us cool in the 60s for several days as we head into next week. Here's my pro-life tip. Enjoy your Friday. Gorgeous conditions ahead. Jillian, over to you.